was like, wait, is this a trick question? Damn, I got 500,000 people watching me.
This is the classic. This is one of the words that Germans like to torture German learners with.
Chuck E. Cheese? That word is beating my ass. A squirrel is not a squirrel where I'm from. It's a squirrel.
Streichholzschächtelchen. Easy peasy. I've trained you well. I honestly didn't think you were gonna do this well.
Watch out, German news broadcasters. I'm coming for your job now.
Huh?
I don't know what all is going on there.
No, you're doing a good job.
You guys are gonna roast the shit out of me.
I'm just teasing you. Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli. I'm originally from Munich, Germany, but I've been living here in Cincinnati, Ohio, on and off since 2016. It's been a few weeks since I published my last video, and the reason for that is that I was in Germany for 3 weeks to see my friends and family, for Oktoberfest, but also to host my very first group trip where 24 of you joined me, Ben, and our tour guide Sonja to explore Munich together. We went to visit Neuschwanstein and Hohenschwangau Castle, and then we took the train over to Austria and spent a few nights in Salzburg and Vienna. The trip was absolutely amazing because we had the coolest people on the trip and also because the weather was unusually good for the time of the year. Apparently it was like the warmest September in Germany since they started recording weather data. So we had like 20 degrees Celsius and blue skies almost the entire time, and we had a lot of fun together. So thank you to everyone for making this trip absolutely unforgettable. Now, spending 8 days with a group of Americans struggling to pronounce German street names, subway stops, and menu items reminded me of how tricky of a language German is and how difficult it can be for non-native speakers to make certain German sounds. So I was wondering what the most difficult German words are. So I looked it up and I put together a list of the 10 most difficult German words, according to the internet, and with my lovely, absolutely voluntary assistant Ben,
hi,
we're gonna find out how tricky these really are. Deep down, I'm hoping that you guys will give it a try too, and at the end of the video, let us know in the comments below which of these words was the trickiest for you. Okay, so here's the first word.
Okay, Nummer 1. Röntgen.
Pretty good.
Röntgen. So does this have to do with radioactivity?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah. You guys should probably know that too if you've seen all of my videos, because it was in the 5 major inventions you didn't know were German. So what is Röntgen?
It's like the measuring unit that they measure radioactivity at, isn't it?
I think it has something to do with that as well, but Röntgen means X-ray.
Oh, okay.
But like the X-rays are also like rays, so I don't know.
But it was named after the person.
Who discovered that. Yeah.
Watched her videos before.
Well, I guess that was too easy for you then. So I would pronounce this Röntgen, and of course the tricky part about this is the German R, as always, and then the O umlaut, and then also like just so many consonants together, which is something that people say about the German language. Yeah. Like you literally have an N, T, and G.
Yeah. Röntgen. Röntgen. Röntgen?
Yeah.
Röntgen?
Yep.
Röntgen.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut. And to make sure that you can hear the words being pronounced by other Germans as well, not just by me, you don't have to just rely on me with this, I have some support from LingoPie today. Shout out to them for sponsoring this video. And in case you didn't know LingoPie yet, their slogan is binge watch your way to fluency, and I'm not saying that's how I got fluent in English, but I'm also not saying that. Watching the English original of How I Met Your Mother as a teenager definitely helped a lot, and I wish I'd had a tool like LingoPie that accompanies you on your language learning journey when you don't understand everything right away, which is super normal at the beginning. It provides features like bilingual subtitles, a full transcript where you can jump back and forth, immediate translations just with one click, pronunciation samples,
Bügeleisen,
a loop function so that you can watch a scene more than once, different playback speeds according to your language level, and flashcards so that you can review all of the words that were new to you. LingoPie has hundreds of TV shows, movies, cartoons, short films, and documentaries in 9 different languages, but the coolest thing is that they now even have a Netflix extension that you can use while you're watching your favorite show on Netflix. This way, you can now even use LingoPie with some of my favorite German Netflix productions, such as Dark, an absolute masterpiece. You should definitely watch that if you haven't seen it yet. Then How to Sell Drugs Online Fast, which we binge-watched together last year. Biohackers, which which I binge watched without you.
Yeah.
It really hooked me. But also shows like Barbarians or Tribes of Europa, which both received really good reviews. And yes, those are all German originals, even though the titles are all in English. Watching TV in your target language is truly one of the best ways to understand the language better and get exposure to colloquialisms and how the language is used in real life. And LingoPie is your best companion for that. Just check it out for free. If you click on my link in the info box below, you'll get a 7-day free trial for LingoPie. And if you want to use it beyond that, the link will even get you 70% off the annual plan. So 7 days free, no commitment, and then a 70% discount. So for Röntgen, for example, I found a scene in this documentary about becoming a professional wrestler.
Wenn das jetzt so ist, dass sie keinerlei Röntgen haben und wir das auch nicht bekommen können, dann müssen wir leider noch ein neues Bild machen.
Okay, the second word I have for you.
Oh, I used to say this one wrong. And I say it right now. Porsche.
That was very good.
Porsche. I used to say Porsche.
Porsche, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans that try to say it correctly say it Porsche.
Yes.
Like they say Porsche.
Porsche. So Porsche.
Sehr gut. I've trained you
Sehr
well.
gut.
I honestly
Yeah.
didn't think you were gonna do this well.
Porsche. Yeah.
So I would pronounce this word Porsche. Basically the same way you did.
It's not Porsche?
Yeah, not that. Not Porsche, not Porsche, not Porsche. Yeah. And I found this scene from this really cool documentary series. It's called Mega Places, Germany's Hotspots. And this one is about the Nürburgring circuit. It's like the racetrack.
Yeah.
This guy, I think, runs a gas station there or
Und dann
something.
geht er halt den Porsche oder den BMW suchen. Meistens gelingt uns das auch, ja. Und dann sagen sie, oh ja, ich hab
He
vergessen.
has a super strong Rhineland accent. Could you tell that he said it differently than me?
Yeah, I'm not used to that one, but I can definitely hear the difference between the German that you speak and the way that he like inflects things.
I speak more standard German with a slight like Bavarian influence, but mostly just standard German. But he said Porsche, Porsche, like
Yeah,
strong R.
yeah.
I can't even really imitate it, but like I just say Porsche. I don't really pronounce the R at all. Kind of turns into an sound, like Porsche. Like I don't
Porsche?
do it like a but he just says like Porsche.
I can't even do that. Porsche.
Yeah.
I can't,
No,
I
you
can't-
did. You almost did.
I can't do it quickly.
Next word.
Yeah.
You know this one. This is the classic. This is the one that every German learner has to say pretty much all the time. Whenever like they run into a
This is
German
squirrel,
native.
isn't it?
It is squirrel.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So, Eichhörnchen.
Close enough.
What is
Look
it?
at it again.
Eichhörnchen.
One more time.
Eichhörnchen?
You're pretty close, but you're kind of skipping a letter.
The N?
Yes.
Eichhörnchen. Eichhörnchen.
That was cute.
How do you say it?
Eichhörnchen.
Eichhörnchen.
Yeah, perfect.
Eichhörnchen.
There you go.
I'm just gonna like be saying that in my sleep now. You're
Eichhörnchen.
gonna see me like sitting up in the middle of the night. Eichhörnchen. Eichhörnchen.
I feel like when I say it, it sounds
Say it again.
lovely. Like it has like a soft sound, like Eichhörnchen.
Yeah, if you say it like that,
Eichhörnchen.
I mean, it's not the prettiest word.
But it's not like a like
No,
it's-
it's not that. I mean, you
Yeah.
could make it like
No.
Eichhörnchen.
But that's the thing, it's not this CH sound. There's
Okay.
two different CH sounds in German, and these are all the front CH,
Eichhörnchen.
like the hissing cat, like sound. It's not a it's a
It's not a what?
it's not a
It's a what?
it's a But I also found a cool scene from this cartoon.
My type of show.
Yep, it's called Wolf.
Das wird mein Totemtier. Hüpfendes Eichhörnchen. Das ist auch ein prima Name für mich. Dankeschön, hochverehrtes Totemtier. Hey, sehr höflich bist du aber nicht.
What's funny is that squirrel is also always the word that in English is what you use to test if someone has proper English pronunciation,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
I've been asked probably 100 times, like, oh, can you say squirrel? Do you know how to pronounce squirrel? Can you say it for me? And I think I say it correctly.
Under that logic, 70% of the people I know don't speak proper English because a squirrel is not a squirrel where I'm from. It's a squirrel.
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 A squirrel.
Squirrel. It's like swirl, but with a Q.
Squirrel. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
honestly, hey, if you struggle pronouncing the word squirrel, that's a like pretty easy way to remember it.
There you
Just
go.
like if you struggle pronouncing the word mirror in English, I've been told you just like drop the last syllable, you just say mir.
Mir.
Like as if it's just M-I-R.
Yeah.
Mir.
I've
And then
never
you-
said mirror.
I think in some songs
like,
they say it.
If someone's not understanding me, I'll be like,
the mirror.
It's like crown and crayon. Like,
but people say crowns?
Yeah, I know some people that say crowns. That might just be a Kentucky thing. I'd like to know if anyone else knows people that do that.
Crayons are Wachsmalkreiden or Wachsmalstifte.
I hear a lot of people just say crowns.
That's wild. Crowns. That's wild.
How do you say squirrel?
Squirrel.
Okay, you say it right.
Are you ready for the next word?
Hit me.
Ta-da!
Oh my god.
You know this one. This is another classic. So if you're a German learner, you're gonna come across this sooner or later.
Streichholzschachtelchen.
Pretty good.
Streichholzschachtelchen.
That's the tricky word right there, where like the CHT is.
What's the A umlaut again?
Like an English apple.
Streichholzschachtelchen.
Streichholzschachtelchen. Easy peasy.
Schächtelchen.
Yep, pretty good.
Schächtelchen.
And do you know what this means?
No.
This is a small matchbox.
I've heard you mention that before.
Yeah, as I said, this is one of the words that Germans like to torture German learners with. Like this and Eichhörnchen, I think. So Streichholzschachtel would mean a matchbox, but then you have this like diminutive thing in German where if you add CHEN, chen, or also line to something, it like indicates that it's smaller. So this would be a small matchbox. But there's even a next level version of this torture, and it's this one. Try it. You already did it good with the Streichholzschachtelchen.
Tschechisches? Chuck E. Cheese? Cheese? Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese?
Huh?
Tschechisches?
One more time.
Tschechisches.
Streichholzschachtelchen.
Close enough. I'm gonna let that count.
Word. That word is beating my ass.
I would say Tschechisches Streichholzschachtelchen.
Exactly.
Easy peasy. And what does this mean?
Czech small matchbox?
Yep. Exactly. I mean, not really something that you're probably ever going to use. Ready for the next one. Sure. I think it's going to get easier from here. At least shorter.
Brotkin. Brotkin.
Yeah, close enough. Brötchen.
I knew that.
I think a trick here might be that instead of the T, try to pronounce a D.
Brötchen. Yeah.
I think if you do the D more like in the front of your mouth, it makes it easier. Yeah. And what does it mean?
It's like bread.
Well, not just bread. Bread would be Brot. Brötchen is...
Small bread?
Yeah, exactly. Like the diminutive again, the CHEN. Yeah. What does it translate to in English?
Like a roll.
Bread roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would say, for example, ich gehe Brötchen holen in the morning. Like you're going to get bread rolls from the bakery, which is a super common thing in Germany to do. Like you'll send your 8-year-old kid, or like if your husband isn't there in the morning when you wake up, like they might be Brötchen holen at the bakery to get some breakfast. And Brötchen is also one of those words that we have different words for in different regions of Germany. So for example, where I'm from, in Munich, Bavaria, we don't call it Brötchen usually. Do you know what we call it instead? What do you get at Oktoberfest when you get your steak sandwich? What is it called?
Semmel.
Exactly. Yeah. We call a Brötchen a Semmel in Bavarian. And I did find a scene, and this is actually from a show that I used to love as a kid. I think this is like the whatever season now. I don't know the characters anymore. But this is a kids detective show, the Peppercorns, die Pfefferkörner.
Sind Sie schon da? Oh, ich hoffe, Sie haben Brötchen mitgebracht.
He said, I hope they brought buns.
Yeah, I hope they brought bread roll. I would translate it with
rolls,
bread roll,
but they changed it to buns.
Yeah. Okay.
Zwanzig.
Sehr gut.
How was it? Yeah, good? Yeah? I just asked how it was after you said it's very good. Zwanzig.
Okay, you can say 20 or you can say 20 with like a soft CH sound.
I like 20.
20 is easier to say.
Yeah, it's easier for me.
Technically, if you were to like be a trained speaker, like a narrator or like anchor, like media person, you would be trained to say 20 with the soft. But in Bavaria, most people actually say 20.
Watch out, German news broadcasters. I'm coming for your job now.
And what does it mean?
20, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait, is this a trick question?
No, it's just easy peasy 20. Yep.
I'm like, damn, I got 500,000 people watching me. They're gonna be on my shit here.
And I found a scene from this like tiny house documentary where they say it.
Cheaters.
Cheaters?
Yeah, have you ever seen that show?
No.
Oh, the Americans. Just the screenshot of it looks like it for some reason.
Studiert. Und dieses Projekt gibt es da schon seit 20 Jahren und die suchen immer wieder auch Leute fachübergreifend.
So, did you hear it? She said 20.
So, yes, 20 Jahren.
20 Jahren for 20
Tiny house. I mean, we might be able to afford a place in Germany one day if it's a tiny house.
Okay, this one.
Oh, Frucht.
Sehr gut.
Yeah, I know that
Easy
because
peasy.
Fruchtfleisch.
Fruchtfleisch, yeah.
Fruchtfleisch.
I think we've even done this in a video before.
Yeah. Thank you, Orangina. It's that shit.
So what's Fruchtfleisch?
Fruit pulp. Pulp.
What does it literally translate to?
Fruit flesh.
Fruit flesh, yeah. And then obviously Frucht means...
Fruit.
Okay, so I would say Frucht. Just to
Frucht.
Honestly, I think you're like literally at 99% there. And I found an example in a show that's called Eating Out. That's like a food show.
Magni sammelt Multbeeren. Eine typische Frucht nördlicher Länder. Orange mit süß-herbem Geschmack.
Ready?
Hit me. Oh, wait. I know this one. 500 and... I don't know what all is going on there. But 555.
Sehr gut. Just one more time quicker.
555.
Sehr gut. So it's 550? 555. Like 555.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You see 4, 5? I only see 3.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's un. That's an un.
Yeah, that is a little confusing.
Yeah, but it's FUN, but it doesn't have the... that's just the confusing part from my brain.
It's like 5 und and 50.
Yeah.
50. Because our numbers are funky in German. It's like 500, 5 and 50.
Technically in English, I was taught that if you put and in the word, that's where the decimal starts.
Okay. That's not how we do it.
1,200,300.
But what if I say 103? Is that wrong?
I mean, like, I
Is
think
that wrong?
layman's, like, people are going to know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
But, like, 130 or 103 in, like, 2 quarters. Or
like, what's
2 quarters,
the Disney movie called?
Oh, 101 Dalmatians.
101.
Yeah, I know.
You said 101!
I know, but it technically, I think, like, in writing, if I saw and...
That's how it is on a check.
Yeah, that might be where it comes from.
But anyways, I would pronounce this word 555. Same thing here again, the IG at the end you could pronounce ig, 555. Usually you're supposed to pronounce it like a soft CH.
If there's like a tongue twister contest, I'm just gonna like hit up any German that I know and be like, hey.
I mean,
I got something for you.
I suck at English tongue twisters. Okay, a lot of Germans get this
French.
one wrong. It is French, but it is the German version of a word.
Okay, so the G I'm guessing is a G, right? Or is it Regisseur?
Huh?
Regisseur? Regisseur?
Yeah, pretty much.
Regisseur?
Regisseur.
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 So the thing is, a lot of Germans get the J, so the G sound, and the S mixed up, so they'll say Regisseur.
Regisseur.
But it's Regisseur.
Regisseur.
And what does it mean?
Register?
Nope, not at all. It's a profession. It has to do with movies.
Hold on. Director.
Director, yep, exactly. Regisseur is the director, and the like noun for what they're doing is Regie.
Regisseur.
And I did find a scene for this too from this like sketch comedy show called Kräumann.
Ich arbeite ja nicht nur als Regisseur in der Branche, sondern war auch fast 1,5 Jahre mit einer Schauspielerin verheiratet. Ich bin also sehr nah dran an der Thematik.
Could you tell that they enunciated everything very well in that clip?
Yeah.
That's like typical German acting or like TV acting
Yeah,
specifically.
I don't
like
know.
TV productions, actors always talk like that. Okay.
Rechtsschutzversicherung. Versicherung.
Uh-huh. That was good.
Okay. Rechtsschutzversicherung.
There's just one teeny tiny mistake, and it's the letter V in German.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. F.
It's like an F.
F.
Exactly.
Rechtsschutzversicherung.
Sehr gut. Woo! That was difficult. That was difficult. Rechtsschutzversicherung.
Rechtsschutzversicherung.
Sehr gut.
Haha.
Any clue what this means? Do you know what a Versicherung is?
No.
Because that's the thing with these long German words, right? Is that like this is a compound word. It technically contains 3 separate words in it, but we just skip the spaces, and so we just mush them all together into one word. Like whenever it's one concept, it's going to become one word. Whereas in English, you would have spaces in between. So Versicherung, the last part of the word, means insurance. And then Rechtsschutz, so Recht means legal or law, and then Schutz is protection. So it's like, what's the proper term for that in English when you have like a legal insurance?
I don't know.
Okay, we just looked it up, and apparently it's like a legal expense insurance, defense insurance. There's like different words for it, but none of them really rang a bell, which kind of makes me think that maybe it's not a very common thing in the US. In Germany, everyone loves insurances. Everyone has 100 insurances. Well, that's exaggerated, but most people have a lot of insurances, and this is one of them. Like, so in case you get sued or you get into a trial where you have to pay for lawyer costs or court trial costs, this will help you. I think I have one more bonus one for you.
Okay, hit me. Oh, God. You see, you had to put Feli. Feli. Feli.
Close enough.
Feli.
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 No, you're doing a good job.
You guys are gonna roast the shit out of me.
I'm just teasing you. One last time.
Feli.
Okay, that was very good. Feli. It's just always Americans or just English speakers in general don't really have the E sound. You guys don't have that in your language. No. You have an E, you have an A, you have an A, but you don't have an E. They do have it in French or in Spanish, for example. So for people who have that as their native language, it's pretty easy to say my name. French people would say Feli. Feli. But yeah.
Well, hi there, Feli.
Feli.
How are you doing today?
Feli, or Feli. Or sometimes I see in the comments people just, I don't know if it's autocorrect, but they'll just spell Philly, like the city, Philly with PH.
Yeah. Whenever I first started talking to you, my autocorrect changed your name to Delhi for the first 2 months.
I know.
So I had to go in and change that and make sure that I didn't say, hey, Delhi. So.
Well, thank you so much for doing this with me. I think
fun.
this was a lot of fun. And thank you guys for sticking with us. And now let us know, which word did you find the most difficult? And maybe if there's like another German word that you've struggled with before, let us know in the comments below. Also, thank you again to LingoPie for supporting this video. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And with that, we hope that we'll see you next time. Tschüss!
See ya.